Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was actually recently tagged in Jasmine Ambrosia's Witchy room tour video. So I figured I would just give you guys a little tour and just show you some of my things I have on my altars and just some things I have in my witchy space, okay? So I want to start out by showing you this tapestry. Look how beautiful this is. I got this. I did not know when I ordered this that this was going to look this big, like be this big. I didn't like measure it out. I just kind of like whatever. Anyway, so this is from Society 6. Love this tapestry. They also have different goat tapestries if you're interested. And this is right behind my working altar. So here's my working altar. As you can see, it's kind of a mess because it's my working altar. This is where I work. This is where I practice witchcraft, my witchery. This is where I do divination. This is where I do workings. This is where I work or write in my book of shadows, etc., etc. So you can see I have my Baphomet, who is the devil to me, right in the middle. And I have my witch cards, or I'm sorry, my crows out, my crow cards out, because that for this year is my working familiar. Well, any like winged animal that is associated with night or the darkness. So crow, raven, bat, owl, that sort of archetype. Let's see, I have all of my candles. I have my protection candle, my death candle, my 3 main oils. I have devil oil, I have death oil, and some protection oil. Let me know if you are interested in how I made those. I have my candle for the underworld. Let's see, I have my candle for just like, this is like one of the first candles I ever used years and years and years ago. It's still not all the way out. Like I use it very conservatively. This is one of the first candles I ever got for practicing witchcraft. So every time I light that, it just like brings back memories and it's very nostalgic for me. So I keep that on my altar. And then this one, I just like this candle. I just think is cute. Anyway, yeah, I got my talking skull. And while I'm recording this, it's like nearing Yule, but at the end of the Samhain tide. So I have my corn, and I don't usually put things seasonal on here. That's usually just for my Sabbatic altar, but yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, all of my cards. Like these are like my go-to cards I reach for. I'll show you my library here in a second. I have more. I have some more oils up here. This is a mess. I have some Florida water and dark moon mix. I use this pretty much every day for just like cleansing and good energy. I feel like Florida water has like good like mother energy. I don't know. Let me know if that resonates with you at all. I'm curious. Let's see. So that's my working altar. I have my incense holder. This is cow vertebrae, and I use it as an incense holder. And then I have my little mini cauldron here too. Dowsing rods. I love using dowsing rods for divination. I have more cow bone right here. I use this for stirring like incense blends and stuff. Recently, I was using that as an incense holder, but I also take off some like bone dust from this. I use that for when I make my death incense. I put bone dust in my death incense. But anyway, I use that really as a stirrer now. So moving over here is my library. So here are pretty much all of my witchy books. I have some other witchy books like in other parts of my house, but this is pretty much all of them. And then here are the rest of my tarot cards and oracle cards. I do like tarot cards, but if I buy any new decks, it's almost always oracle. Sorry, there's a bag in the way. It's almost always oracle because I personally just like to use the traditional tarot. I always forget what it's called. Whatever. There's like the traditional tarot deck. God, I forget what it's called. That's so annoying. Anyway, you know, if you know, you know. Anyway, So here's all of my books. I have some extra incense right here. And on top of here, like I said, we are nearing the Yule time of year. It's the end of the Samhain tide. So this is my ancestor altar right now. I only have one ancestor up here right now. I wanted to have more this year, but I never got a hold of those pictures. Yeah. So this is a candle that I have made. I've made a few of these, but this is a candle that is for benevolent dead crossing the veil peacefully and safely. And I have it up here just like, I mean, I think it's relevant for this time of year and for my ancestors, for them to be at peace and for them to also go back and forth across the veil safely and peacefully also. So I have that candle, and then I have a Samhain candle that I anointed with Samhain oil that I actually got from Beanbag Hagwag, her store. Her Samhain oil is amazing. It smells so good. It's so good. I love it so much. And my deer antlers and hanging off of that, like Samhain candle, but I also have some dried wood sorrel. So I use wood sorrel for ancestor work. I use wood sorrel to invite benevolent ancestors into my home, as well as protecting me from any bad spirits. And it kind of just like, I feel like it leads them, safely guides them across the veil into like the physical realm. So yeah, I got a little sweeping broom, a little cleansing broom back here. Let's see, moving over here. So this is really like my little apothecary. It's a little unorganized on top. Don't pay attention to that, but here's some like beehive stuff. Yeah, here's all my apothecary. I have some herbs, more herbs, more herbs. I have all of my oils over here, some bought, some made, some money oil I made. This is protection oil that I made, leftover protection oil. Here's some hexing vinegar that my friend David gave me. Some spider oil that I bought from another store. Here's some graveyard dirt that I recently harvested. So yeah, there's that. And moving over here, here's my Sabbatic altar. Okay. So here's this used to be, this blue wax mess right here used to be a candle going like this, and it was my candle for the devil. It went out so quickly. Like the wax melted and it went away so quickly. It was such an expensive candle and it did not last. Kind of disappointed. But anyway, I went ahead and just made another candle for the devil, and just attached it to that and just melted the end of it and put it in there. Here's the Samhain oil that I was talking about from Beanbag Hagwag. Her store is Crooked Cane Designs. It's amazing. I love this oil. I have my goddess candle holder here. I have my little tea candle that I've anointed with certain oils and herbs. I put some death incense in there for her because this time of year it's Colio, right? She's like a face of the great goddess. She represents the dark half of the year. She represents death. She represents shadow work. She represents, well, just anything dark half of the year, really. So this is my little figurine for Colio. I don't have a figurine for Goda yet, but yeah. Right now she's here. I got my little corn dolly. Here's my Leviathan mask that I wore to the last fall equinox Sabbath. And my crow feathers that I got from my friend, the Bougie Mystic, here on YouTube. And yeah, that's my Sabbatic altar. If you look down here, I have a little like prayer. I have some prayers that I say to Colio, Goda, and the devil. I have some death incense under there. Yeah, so moving over here, this is my tiny little altar to Saturn, aka Kronos. So I work with him for various reasons. But anyway, I light this every Saturday. And I leave offerings and light incense for him. I also have my hexing jar on here. There's some hexing nails on the top, sitting on top, and there's some inside also. That is my Wrath candle, my Sacred Rage candle that I need to make a new one because it no longer lights. The wick just, if If you know, like candles just get old and sometimes they stop lighting. So anyway, moving on over here. This is kind of messy too, guys. Whatever. My witchy room is always a little bit messy. It's just how I work. Okay. Not ashamed. So this is kind of more of like, it's just random. Like these are leftover. Like I got my leftover, some extra jars, my candles, my incense, art supplies, extra like little sachets and bags. I got some extra bones up here. I use this. This is a cow jaw bone. These are all sigils for baneful workings. So sometimes I will, well, I'm not going to say how I use it. These are all just like sigils for baneful workings. Here is my devil mask I wore during the Samhain ritual I had in my backyard. Raccoon bones. There is a dried toad that I found. Yeah, Vul. My Vul card is out. I love Vul. He's an infernal that I have worked with in the past. Oh, and here is a riot flag that I made. I guess you could call it a riot. It really wasn't a riot. I went to a protest and I made a flag, and here's all the sigils I put on it. So yeah, I'm not going to turn the other way because it's really messy over there. Maybe I am a little ashamed of it. I don't know. All right. That's really it, guys. That's my little witchy space. Oh, I'll show you these things up here too. That's a cow rib. I made this into a little like herb drying rack. So yeah. And here are some of my other herbs I'm drying. My really cool Dancing with the Devil picture that I bought. I forgot what her name is. But she's a wonderful artist on Instagram that I found. If I find her name, I will I'll pin it in the comments. I think that's it. I think that's all I really wanted to show you guys. I hope you enjoyed this little witchy room tour, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.